There are 3 mistakes that cost first-time Rolex buyers thousands of dollars every year. Buying from a gray market dealer who misrepresents warranty coverage. Paying a secondary market premium for a reference available at retail if you know where to look. And buying the wrong first Rolex, the one that looks right in the search results and feels wrong on the wrist 6 months later. I have covered every major Rolex reference on this channel in depth. In this video I am giving you the 10 things nobody in the industry will tell you before you spend your money, because if they told you these things, some of them would make less. Let us go. An authorized Rolex dealer, called an AD, is a jeweler or watch retailer granted the right to sell new Rolex watches. There are approximately 3,000 authorized Rolex dealers worldwide. Not all are equal. Some are independent jewelers carrying Rolex as one of 20 brands. Some are dedicated watch boutiques. Some are Rolex-owned boutiques in major cities. The difference matters because allocation, the number of watches Rolex sends each dealer, varies enormously. A Rolex boutique in a major city may receive dozens of submariners per year. A small independent jeweler in a secondary market may receive 2 or 3. The watches available at any AD depend entirely on what they have been allocated, which depends on their sales volume, location, and relationship with the Rolex regional representative. This is why 2 people can walk into 2 different authorized dealers on the same day and get completely different answers about availability. Fact: Rolex authorized dealers are not permitted to sell watches online in most markets. If you see a website claiming to be an authorized Rolex dealer selling watches online at retail pricing, verify their status at rolex.com before purchasing. The Rolex waitlist does not work the way most people imagine. There is no centralized list, no queue number, no notification system. What exists is a relationship between you and a specific salesperson at a specific authorized dealer. When a desirable reference arrives in stock, the salesperson calls the clients they have the best relationship with first. That relationship is built through purchase history, through visits, through buying other things. This is why experienced collectors tell first-time buyers to buy something they actually want from the AD before asking about a waitlist watch, not to game the system, but because that is how the relationship begins. A first-time visitor asking for a Daytona on their first visit is, from the dealer's perspective, a stranger asking for their most valuable allocation. A client who has bought a Datejust and returned several times is someone whose taste and seriousness they know. In 2026, this dynamic has eased significantly for most references. The Oyster Perpetual, Explorer, Air King, Datejust, and Skydweller are all accessible at or near retail from many ads without an extensive history. The references that still require relationship cultivation are the Submariner, GMT Master 2, and Daytona. Do this. Visit your nearest authorized Rolex dealer in person. Introduce yourself. Tell them what you are looking for and ask honestly what the path looks like. Most good AD salespeople will tell you exactly where you stand. Building a genuine relationship with one AD is far more effective than visiting 10 dealers once each. The gray market refers to dealers who sell Rolex watches at prices above retail, not through the authorized dealer network. They source watches from clients who buy at retail and immediately resell, international arbitrage, and in some cases unauthorized dealer networks. Gray market dealers are not illegal, but they carry specific risks first-time buyers do not fully understand. Risk 1. Warranty. A Rolex sold by an authorized dealer carries a 5-year international warranty. A Rolex sold by a gray market dealer may carry the original warranty paperwork, but if previously activated by someone else, you may not be the registered owner for warranty purposes. Risk 2. Premium paid. The gray market premium on most steel sports references in 2026 is between 10 and 40% above retail. Many buyers who paid peak premiums in 2021 and 2022 are now holding watches worth less than they paid. Risk 3. Authenticity. This is the most serious risk. The counterfeit Rolex market is sophisticated. Some fakes pass casual inspection. Reputable gray market dealers authenticate carefully. Unvetted online sellers do not. Avoid this. Never buy a Rolex from an unverified online marketplace seller, a social media seller, or a street market, regardless of how convincing the watch looks. Sophisticated counterfeits exist at every price point, including 5-figure prices. Only buy from authorized dealers, established certified pre-owned platforms, or reputable specialists with verifiable track records. The pre-owned Rolex market is one of the most transparent second-hand markets for any luxury good in the world. Reputable certified pre-owned dealers Bob's Watches, Watchbox, Chrono 24 verified sellers authenticate every watch, provide condition reports, offer return periods, and in many cases provide their own warranty. In 2026, buying certified pre-owned Rolex from an established specialist is a genuinely safe transaction. The financial case is straightforward. An Oyster Perpetual 36 retailing at $6,750 trades pre-owned at $5,400 to $6,200. A Date Just 36 retailing at $8,950 trades pre-owned at $6,500 to $7,800. On most references outside the Submariner, buying used from a reputable source saves real money with no meaningful quality difference. Do this. When buying pre-owned, prioritize 1. Full box and papers from original purchase. 2. Unpolished case and bracelet polishing removes the brushed finish and reduces collector value. 3. Service history where available. 4. Purchase from a dealer offering a return period of at least 5 business days for independent authentication. Every new Rolex comes with a green box, a certificate of authenticity, a warranty card, and instruction booklets. Collectively called box and papers or B&P, their presence or absence affects resale value by 10 to 20% depending on the reference and age. The reason is twofold. First, box and papers authenticate the watch's origin and reference number. A watch with original documentation is independently verifiable. Second, collectors place genuine value on completeness. If you are buying pre-owned and the seller does not have box and papers, price accordingly. If buying new, keep everything and store it separately from the watch. Fact: since 2021, Rolex has operated a digital warranty registration system. Your warranty is now registered electronically at point of sale by the authorized dealer. The physical card is still included, but the digital registration is the authoritative record. Keep both. 5 checks cover the majority of counterfeits you will encounter. First, the seconds hand. On every Rolex, the seconds hand sweeps continuously, moving 8 times per second. Any ticking seconds hand is not a genuine Rolex automatic. Second, the Cyclops lens. On models with a date window, the Cyclops lens magnifies the date to 2.5 times its actual size. On fakes, the date is typically not magnified or magnified less. Hold the watch at eye level and check. Third, the case back. Every current production Rolex has a smooth, plain case back. No display window. If someone shows you a Rolex with a skeleton case back showing the movement, it is not a current production Rolex. Fourth, the crown logo. At 3 o'clock on every Rolex dial sits a tiny laser-etched crown logo visible only under magnification. Counterfeits routinely miss this detail. Use your phone camera zoomed to maximum. Fifth, the weight. Genuine Rolex cases and bracelets are solid oyster steel, significantly heavier than hollow counterfeits. If a watch feels unusually light, treat it with suspicion. Avoid this. No visual check substitutes for purchase from a verified source. If a deal seems too good to be true, a Submariner at $2,000, a Daytona at $5,000 it is. Walk away regardless of how convincing the watch appears. Rolex recommends servicing their watches approximately every 10 years. A standard service on a modern Rolex costs between $800 and $1,200 at an authorized Rolex service center. A service with case and bracelet polishing adds to this. A complication watch costs more. If you are buying a pre-owned Rolex with no service history, factor in an immediate service cost if the watch is more than 5 years old. A pre-owned Submariner at $9,000 needing an $800 service is a $9,800 watch. Budget accordingly. Fact: Rolex introduced caliber 3200 series movements with silicone components designed to extend service intervals. Watches with these movements may go longer than 10 years between services in normal use. Ask your AD or service center for the recommended interval for your specific caliber. The most common first Rolex mistake is buying the watch you want to own eventually before learning what you actually want to wear every day. The Submariner is the most aspired to first Rolex. It is also one of the most frequently sold watches by first-time buyers after 12 months because 41mm of steel sports watch with a rotating bezel is not what every wrist or lifestyle wants daily. The best first Rolex is the one you will wear. For most first-time buyers with a broad lifestyle office, weekends, occasional formal occasions, that watch is the Datejust 36 or the Explorer 40. Both are versatile, appropriate across occasions, and give you genuine experience of Rolex quality at a price leaving room for a second purchase once you know what you actually want long-term. If you know with certainty you want a Submariner or GMT, you have worn one. You know the size is right. You understand the lifestyle fit, then buy it without apology. The guidance to start versatile is for the buyer who is not yet certain. Certainty is a complete answer on its own. Do this. Before buying, wear a same-size case watch every day for 2 weeks. If you do not own a 41mm watch, borrow one or try one on at a jeweler. Case size matters more than any other single decision in watch buying, and the difference between 36mm and 41mm on a wrist is enormous in daily wear. Watch charts, Chrono 24 sold listings, and Bob's Watches completed sales give you the most accurate picture of what any Rolex reference actually costs in the real market. Before visiting any dealer, spend 30 minutes looking at secondary market completed sales for the reference you are considering. This tells you 3 things: the current market price with no markup, how quickly the reference sells, and how much the price has moved over the past 12 months. A reference that sells within 24 hours of listing at or above retail is in genuine high demand. A reference sitting on pre-owned platforms for 30 or more days is telling you something about true market appetite. The secondary market is the most honest price signal in the watch industry. Do this. Search Chrono 24 for your target reference, filter by sold listings, and look at the last 30 completed sales. That price range is what your watch is worth in the current market. If AD retail is below that range, which is common for Rolex, you know exactly how valuable getting AD allocation actually is. Before you hand over any money for any Rolex, ask yourself one question. If this watch dropped 20% in value tomorrow, which can and does happen, would I still be happy I bought it? If the answer is yes, buy it. If the answer is no, you're buying it for the wrong reason, and no secondary market research will protect you from disappointment. The buyers who are consistently happy with their Rolex purchases bought because they genuinely wanted to wear that specific watch. The buyers who are consistently disappointed bought for investment returns, for status signals, or because they felt they should want it. Rolex watches are extraordinary mechanical objects that happen to hold their value well. That value retention is a consequence of genuine demand, not the reason to buy. Buy what you love. Wear it. That is the entire point.